gender where it's at, Bill.
Cheers.
Yes, sir.
Hi.
Hey.
Guys, welcome to the episode of the West Comics. My name is Frank. Oh, my dogs are barking. Sonny is here.
What it do? Listeners, viewers, what's cracking? How are you?
Listeners, viewers, meditators.
All of them.
All of everybody.
All of them. Everyone. What's up? Cracking.
I'm going to give him a second. The hot dog, corn dog is here.
What did you do, baby? Happy to be back on the live show this last week.
I love it.
Extracurricular activities.
It's okay,
Uncle nephew Shane is here.
Hi, good morning, everybody. I'm in a good mood today.
Are you?
I am.
Okay.
Over
I can
there.
honestly say I am. I'm in a good mood.
Over there in the little ice cream shack, I don't know what we call it, the lounge.
The milkshake lounge.
The milkshake lounge.
The Shake Shack, baby.
Um,
Shake Shack.
He just left the show.
Shakes
Paul's done.
Shakes is over there. Big A, Austin is here.
What's going on? What's up, everybody?
Go Knights, go.
Go Knights, go.
Nights, go nights, go nights.
Go. Oh, man. My
We got
echo.
it.
I love it.
Hey.
What's going on?
I don't
You
know.
okay? Is that me?
No, I think it is. What?
Is that
Okay.
me?
Guys, last week we got together and we watched Spiderverse, Across the Spiderverse.
Yes.
I wanted to get your guys' reaction and thoughts on how you guys felt about the movie. I'm going to start over there with Shakes when you get settled over here. What did you think about Spider-Verse? What were your thoughts? What did you? Yep.
What'd you think about that thing?
I
didn't know
liked
who you
it.
called.
I didn't love it. For the rating of it, I'll start with that. I gave it I know everyone's going to be shocked. I gave it a 7. I didn't really love it.
Okay.
Get out. I got to know why.
Wow. Yeah, no. I'm very
I loved the
interested now.
first one. The first one was great. I gave that pretty much a 9 out of 10. I loved it. It was centered on Miles' story. I felt like this one at the top, I was confused. I was like, what's going on? We're talking about Gwen for about 20 minutes. I was kind of confused. It was very paced poorly, I believe.
I agree with that.
It was just kind of slow, the first 2 acts. Then the third act, I loved it. When he was with all the other Spider-Men. And then Paul's favorite, it said to be continued. He loves that at the end. And I know Paul will talk about it later, but there's one part that we both didn't like of that. But it was
Okay,
it was good. It was I liked it. I had to see it again. I haven't seen it yet, so
Dang.
for another time. So yeah.
Yeah, he said 7 out of 10, man. Damn. Okay.
This is going to be a more interesting conversation than I thought it was.
What about you, Cutie Pie?
I loved it.
Okay.
I think starting in the beginning, like I knew it was gonna be so dope because the soundtrack already came off super hard, and like I was telling Quan, as soon as I left, I downloaded the soundtrack because I was like, this is amazing.
Agreed.
They were able to step up the visuals, something like what I thought already the first one did amazing for animation. This was insane. I don't know, is it too late or too early to talk about like spoiler cameos? Because that live action one was pretty dope. You know what I mean?
Let's pump the brakes on it for a minute.
All right, I'll pump the brakes
Let's
on
get
that.
everyone's
I will-
opinion and then we'll go into it.
Cool. So yeah, I think if I'm gonna end it with something quick, 9 out of 10. I was going 8.5 just because the pacing was a little weird and it was long. I will admit that. But it was so cool to see all the different Spider-Man and try to like pick it out and see which ones I knew
Agreed.
and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So amazing, dope movie. I loved it. Definitely, I saw it twice. So
Yeah, same.
yeah, I loved it.
Uncle, nephew, you're over there pondering.
Yeah, you pondering, shiny over there.
I gave it a 9 out of 10.
Yes,
I thought it was odd, the Gwen stuff at the beginning. You know, I was just like, where were we? 20 minutes into it
Yeah,
before
no,
the
no, for sure.
opening credits started.
Yeah,
I was a little perplexed by that, but then once the movie started to get going, I didn't mind the pacing so much, and I didn't mind to see what Gwen was truly up to. And
yeah,
that's the thing I liked about the movie. It shattered most boundaries as far as what an animated movie can be and what it could be and what a sequel to a really great animated movie could be, because it didn't seem like an animated film. It just seemed like a film
It felt
Yeah.
more
that was
Yeah.
animated.
Okay.
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So once you figured out what Gwen was up to and how heavy her situation was, and then you see what Miles is up to and how heavy his situation was.
right.
Once that started going, and once everything started to go in the Spiderverse, I thought it was paced all right, because the next thing I knew, the movie was over. So, and I'm just going, what? The third act hasn't happened yet? Like, I really had a really good sense of how big this story could be, because the
Yeah.
story was gigantic in comparison to what I thought it was going to be, and
Yeah.
the story is huge
I agree.
for an animated movie. It's gigantic. The story, I loved it.
What'd you give? You said 9.
Yeah, 9 out of 10.
Cool.
For me, I'm somewhere between an 8 and an 8.5 out of 10. The parts I loved, I love.
Right.
And that's the majority of the movie. I think Miles is incredible. You guys have already touched on it. The soundtrack is awesome. Spider-Man 2099 is super dope.
Yeah.
The
Agreed.
spot is super dope.
Yeah.
And I just, the heart of it and the emotional core of it is incredible. And the animation style is, I mean, you're never bored looking at it. Even when
Not
it's
even
slower,
a
you're never
little
Out
bored.
of control.
So cool.
All the cameos were super cool, and they never except for one in particular, which we'll talk about.
Yeah.
They linger on that one a little more than the other one, but pretty much every other one they don't spend too much time on. That's just blink and you'll miss it, which I think is the right way to do cameos.
Yeah.
Some of the things I didn't like, I'll get more into when we talk spoilers, but there's some things with Gwen's story that they try to mirror with Miles' story, especially early on. The first 45 minutes is very slow. At the
Yeah.
conclusion of that kind of first 45 minutes, I said something in the theater, and I didn't even realize I said it that loud, and everyone around us laughed, and I was like, everyone must be kind of feeling the same way I was feeling about that part.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, man, it's just, for this character right now, him acting like this doesn't make any sense.
Right.
For the other one who was acting like this, I'll just say it. Miles is acting a certain way about something that's a similar situation to Gwen.
Yeah.
Gwen's actions, and that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Her keeping secrets makes sense to me. Miles, he has no reason to.
No. Yeah.
Just no reason to.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this is forced controversy right now, and I'm not really vibing with it.
Good word.
Good
word.
Controversy.
Good word. Good word.
But,
Good word.
he said
Good word.
it.
The final act of the movie is incredible, and I think it does end in a little bit of a okay, all right. I wasn't that
Oh, you
compelled by
hated
where
that. I
it
know
ended.
you hated it.
But I will say it didn't end as poorly as Dune. It had a bit of conclusion to it. It was like, okay, one character is here and these characters
Yeah, I
are coming to
feel
do
that.
this. Dune just kind of ends.
Yeah.
And I think a really good example of how to end a two-parter would be The Empire Strikes Back or Infinity War. I don't think it's that good, but I don't think it's as bad as Dune. I love Dune, by the way.
Yeah.
But I just don't like the end of it. But 8.5 out of 10. I love the majority of the movie. There are some things too, once we start talking spoilers, that I really did not like.
But what did you and Austin?
It's more the spoiler part of it. That,
Oh, it's too
yeah.
spoily.
yeah.
Yeah,
We'll get to that.
spoilers.
We'll get to that.
Too
We'll get to that.
spoilery, yes.
Yeah.
What about you? did
When
you
I
think?
first saw it, I would
Message
say
in the chat.
probably like an 8.5
Okay.
or a 9, but it's now it's 9.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was like a love letter to people who like Spider-Man
Yeah.
and who embrace the Spider-Verse as it's been evolving over the last 10-ish years,
Yeah.
in the comics. They leaned into all things and all facets that involved Spider-Man, from the hundreds of Easter eggs that are
Yeah.
in this movie.
Yeah.
And I mean, you could watch the movie 4 or 5 times, I think, and you're still going to be
Still gonna be picking stuff out.
picking extra things out of it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's a show that Shane and I watch is going back 20 years,
Yeah.
and it's called Arrested Development, and there's
Yes.
all kinds of like
The
hidden
best.
little double meanings to everything with the inside jokes
Yeah.
with it, and it kind of felt like on that tone that there were so many different
That's
little
fair. Yeah.
Easter eggs
Yeah,
and
yeah,
notes like laced throughout the movie. I thought the
Layered.
movie was incredible. I thought it visually looked amazing.
Thank
I can see how there would be issue with the ending and just overall pacing. Yes, we took like 15-20 minutes to get to like the opening title cards
Yeah.
and everything else, like actually introducing Miles Morales. The movie is a Spider-Verse movie, and it is going to include characters in the Spider-Verse. Like, I would bet that the third movie is going to open with another version of Spider-Man and telling their backstory. It's not going to be Gwen or Miles and where
Right.
they're stuck.
Right.
It's going to be talking about some other character. Maybe it is introducing a new one. Maybe it's just elaborating on one we've already met.
I have a theory for the beginning of the third movie, which
But-
once we start.
But
spoilers.
I think that the overall the movie is great, and I mean I've seen it twice. I can't wait to watch it again.
Yeah.
I
no,
mean
for sure.
I thought it was great. I loved it. I
Yeah.
mean, and there's like so many movies that like for as much as the stuff that we've seen with regards to MCU Phase 4, and with the exception of one movie, Phase 5, this is something that lived up to the hype.
Yep.
You didn't
Oh,
really know what you
for
were
sure.
you didn't know what you were expecting going into it, and it actually was it pleased you to where you're like, I just go into this like I just enjoyed this. It was just fun.
Yeah.
The animation, no, Shane, it didn't feel like a cartoon, an animated movie.
I mean,
it felt like a film.
like a film.
I loved
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I thought it was great. I love Miles even more. He's been one of like probably the last 5 or 6 years. He's become my favorite Spider-Man.
He's incredible.
Oh, that's
I
so
mean,
cool.
now as a character, he's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's so cool. Yeah, I mean, even to hear just like, wait, first off, Quan, 9? 9
9 out of 10 for Quan.
9.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful. The film itself.
That's a good way to
is
describe it.
really
Yeah, dude.
a artful masterpiece of a movie that every time you look up at the screen, especially if you see it in IMAX, it's even more beautiful every time you look at it.
Yeah,
Every
dude.
time, I mean, I've only seen it once. I want to go see it again, but my goodness, Miles looks wonderful. Gwen looks wonderful. You really believe that these people exist.
Yeah.
That's how well. And that's one thing about the voice act. That's another thing you could say about the voice acting.
Voice acting is fantastic.
It's fantastic.
Spider-Punk was my
Amazing.
MVP
You know how
slash
absolutely
wild card.
amazing.
He was so dope, and that's
Daniel Kaluuya
yeah, he's amazing.
from
Absolutely
Get Out.
amazing.
Yeah, from and Nope, and his animation style. I loved how everybody stuck out.
Yes,
Like
everyone-
They had their
you can
own.
tell everybody was from a different
the
part.
villain
you
at
know
the
what I mean?
beginning, he's dope.
Bro, it's insane.
Yeah, I think the
Yeah.
voice acting is
Top notch.
so good
Top
that
notch.
there's so many like named actors who are in this movie as voice
Yeah.
but you're never like, oh hey, that's him.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas I recently watched The Little Mermaid. It's fine. The movie's fine. But
Yeah.
the voice actors in there, there's one character voiced by Aquafina, and you're not immersed in the character. You're like, that's
That's
Aquafina.
Awkwafina.
That's Aquafina.
Yeah.
But this movie, there's nobody like that. The voice acting is the movie is fine. Go watch The Little Mermaid. You'll enjoy it.
What do you rate it?
Like a 7 out of 10, 6.5. It was fine.
Excuse me. You saw the Little Mermaid, Bray?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
But I did not watch Fast 10.
Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah, player.
I gotta
But,
give it to you.
yeah.
Man,
Leave
All
some
right,
of
guys.
those.
Family.
We ready to get into the spoilers?
yeah.
Go right
I'm
ahead.
so down to get in the spoilers.
do what
I've
you
been
wanna
wanting to
talk
talk
about,
about this,
Sonny.
man. Yo, so
Spoiler alert.
spoiler alert, I'm gonna like ruin a couple things. Pause or fast forward till later if you don't want
Once
anything
live, they can't-
spoiled. I mean, just talking about for everybody watching later.
All right, spoil. Spoil away.
So Donald Glover is the live action Prowler. The suit looked dope. There was a scene where I was thinking, how would they do live action and animation next to each other and not make it look corny
It
or
worked.
weird? You know what I mean? That worked, and it was dope. It was an actual conversation between him and Miles. For anybody that doesn't know, he was in that what was it, Spider-Man
Homecoming.
Homecoming.
As
Aaron Davies.
as Uncle Aaron. So for anybody
crazy.
that doesn't know, he was trying to be Spider-Man in one of the movies coming up, and he actually some inspiration got based off of him to make Miles.
He
And,
is the inspiration for Miles Morales.
like period. So and then of course he aged out and it sucked, so he couldn't end up playing him. So he ended up. I like how they were able to kind of put that in, and
Still
if
be
they
a part of
use
it.
that if they use that and in anything future, that would be so cool.
He voiced, I think, some cartoon
in Ultimate
Miles
Spider-Man.
I think he did the voice.
He
for
did the
Miles
voice of
Morales.
Miles Morales. So for me, that was the sickest thing. I mean, yeah, there's cameos. I had to, Metro Boomin has a cameo.
That was dope.
Yeah.
that was
Because he
cool.
did the soundtrack, which was dope. So I think the cameos, it wasn't like in some of the other movies that we've gotten. Like you're like, oh, they're just putting this out just because it felt
It
cool.
didn't feel like they were trying to be like, look at this.
Yeah,
When we put
no,
this-
it
it
was
was just
just-
cool.
it
It
was
was
just
just like
cool,
blinking you
dope.
missed fun stuff.
Yeah. So that was my favorite cameo. Other than
was
like
dope.
all the cool voices in Spider-Man that we saw, like Ben Reilly when he first came in was just so funny.
Yeah, he was
so,
dope. He was funny.
Yeah, what was your favorite?
So my favorite cameo, or like some of them aren't even cameos, like just characters in the movie. I think I'd have to go. Honestly, maybe Ben Reilly. I love that
That
suit.
was
So funny, and the suit is
That's what I-
crazy.
That's one of my
That's my
And the
favorite
suit
costumes.
animation in this was just dope. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
That's
It was
crazy. Without a
and-
doubt, it's one of my favorite Spider-Man costumes like of all time.
It's
Other than
Andy
that-
Sandberg was doing the voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said he was doing an impersonation of Nicolas Cage.
Wait, who was it?
It's Andy
The Lonely
Sandberg.
Island
And he
guys.
said because he
Oh.
does a Nicolas Cage impression. He was trying to do Nicolas
That's
Cage doing
hilarious.
Spider-Man Noir as Ben Reilly.
Yeah, two of the
That's
three
awesome.
Lonely Island guys are Spider-Man in this. I don't
Yep.
remember who the other one is, but
Jorma Tacone is Vulture.
oh, there you go. He's the
Oh,
vulture in
wow.
the beginning. Yeah,
Dope.
but yeah,
See?
I think that's probably
It's little stuff like that.
or
you
the
know?
Metro Boomin cameo. That was funny. He was like, "I got him," and then he's like, "Okay,
There
my
is-
bad. I
there-
didn't."
I
have
don't
it."
got
didn't
him.
have
I
my
don't
bad.
got him.
What about you, Shane? What was your kind of like favorite, either Spider-Man or cameo or kind of different situation? in there?
Yeah, that Scarlet Spider with
So
Sandberg
cool.
doing it was the funny. Like it was funny.
Every time he came on the screen, I was
completely enamored by it. I feel the same
Every
way. I was
single
just like,
time.
I go look at this guy.
Yo,
That's funny.
come on, dude. I like it.
It's just brilliant.
Yeah.
Just brilliant stuff.
What about you,
It's so
Austin?
brilliant.
I think the spectacular Spider-Man, the cartoon version that came in like for like a little second.
That
I
was
kind of like that. That brought back to my childhood a little
was
bit. So that
cool.
was kind of cool moment for that. So
If
You
you
know
see
what?
all the Spider-Man, do you see the actual Spider-Man popsicle? Is one of the Spider-Man that's following him when they're all chasing
great.
Oh,
after.
Lego Spider-Man.
My favorite.
Lego
That's what I was about
Spider-Man?
to
I was
say.
just gonna say
The kid who
Yes,
did
this
that?
is so. This is so cool.
That's so dope. I can't remember.
Preston Mutanga,
Yes.
the 14-year-old he recreated the original teaser trailer
Yes.
in Lego animation.
Yes.
And Lord and Miller contacted him and had him do the
that's
scene.
cool.
It's so dope.
dope.
It's crazy.
So cool.
It's crazy.
So cool.
Yeah.
I like this is this movie is crazy and I'm loving every second. of it.
Yeah. I thought it was kind of interesting to watch through it, and the transitions. Although the pacing did kind of suck.
Yeah,
at
I'm
some
about to
point,
get
you
into
know what I
that,
mean.
yeah.
I will say that.
Can I give the reason why I gave it a 7 out of 10?
Yeah, go
Sure.
ahead.
Yeah,
I'll piggyback
absolutely.
on your stuff, Austin.
Yeah, Paul will talk about that, but the main reason I didn't like it is I'm kind of done with the multiverse stuff. I
Yeah,
text
I feel
Shane.
you.
I mean, not
Yeah.
Shane, Frank. I was just saying that not in this movie, but I feel like in the future movies, there's not a lot of stakes to probably the future Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Like if Iron Man's probably going to come back,
Absolutely.
it's kind of like, so why did he die? I just
Yeah.
kind of feel
Yeah.
like it's a
Why did I cry in this
It's- yeah,
theater
slippery
with a bunch
slope.
of
Just
other
But they
kind
do
of
that with they
adults?
do it with the comic books too, though.
Yeah.
No, of course.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
kill some. Kamala Khan is gonna. We've already predicted.
Yeah, for sure.
The
for sure.
Marvel's movie comes out November 8th.
yeah.
There will be a new Ms. Marvel series in
Absolutely.
October. It'll
Absolutely.
be solicited, and I'll buy some for Sunny.
I'm so
So
excited.
that was the main reason why I didn't love it. It was just kind of I'm kind of done with the multi. It's kind of confusing, not just for
No, I
me,
feel
but
you.
I feel like for normal like fans that don't watch these movies or read the comics, I feel like it's very confusing. Like if my dad or mom went to go watch it, they'd be like, "I'm confused.
yeah,
Why
like,
are
what's
there all
happening?"
these Spider-Man
I've said-
going on?"
That's fair.
No, I've
That's the
said
only
that.
thing that
I've said that a bunch of times. I feel like, yeah, like you just said, there's no stakes. So like, what if something does happen? Like, oh, they could just jump to another universe and just bring a different version back. You know what I mean? So
But I did like the fact that that they were able to manipulate the story a little bit to where it's not a regular run of the mill multiverse type of thing. Like they are telling him you have to let this happen.
yeah,
Which is
Right.
He's like, no,
The
I'm
thing-
not.
Which
doing
is the
that.
point of their.
The thing that Shane is talking about is probably my biggest problem.
what?
Speak on it, player.
That Well, hold on, let me back up a little bit and touch on something that's going to be quicker first.
Yeah.
I think the first 45 minutes is slow. I love the Gwen story. I think it develops a little slowly. But I think her reasoning for her relationship with her father and being like telling Miles later that he shouldn't tell her makes sense. But the part where I like grew like very annoyed was she had not yet even told Miles not to tell his parents.
Yeah.
And his parents are so loving and so caring.
cool.
There's no reason for him not to tell them.
Yeah.
And he's just like, and then he just doesn't tell him. And in the theater, I said out loud, "Oh my God, just effing tell him."
Yeah.
And it's not like I yelled it, I just whispered, and everyone started laughing
Yeah.
because, bro, just tell him. Gwen's reasoning for not telling her dad makes sense because
Understood.
Gwen's dad thought that she killed Peter.
Right.
Yeah.
Miles has no reason at all not to tell his parents. His dad has a great relationship with his Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense to me. But that wasn't that big a deal. I think the story made sense enough to where it didn't make me mad. But the thing that I had a huge problem with is that all of these hundreds of Spider-Men are just like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm just going to let my Uncle Ben die because the universe is going to end. And Miguel O'Hara's telling me that there's no way to save my universe if I don't do this. So I'm just going to let him die. I'm telling you right now, if you came to me and said, you have to let your dad die or the universe is going to end and there's no way you can stop it, I'm saving my dad and doing what I can to save the universe. And if I don't, it is what it is.
Fact, but not all of them got to that point first. Like some of their Uncle Ben's died.
Counterpoint to that.
That's what I was going to say.
You know what I
Is
mean?
that at any point when the Peter Parker from the first one or Gwen not so much, any of the characters from the first movie who try to convince him to let it happen, it's character assassination. I hated the Peter Parker from the first movie in this movie. He's trying to convince Miles to not let his parents die or to let it happen. Let his father die. No,
trust me, it does
literally
suck.
made my blood boil.
It does suck, but
Oh my goodness.
when you
Hyperbole, everybody.
Paul.
Almost. But yeah,
I get it. Trust me, I get it. But like if it's like 60% are like, yo, dude, like this is what happens. You know what I mean? It's part of our
Who we
story.
are as
You know
Spider-Man.
who we are. You know what I mean? It does suck, but you'd have to think about what like Uncle Ben would want. You know what I mean? Like he would want Peter.
But the problem with that, Uncle Aaron already died in the first one, so that's why.
Right.
That's why I mean we were kind of like confused. Like, why does?
Does there have to be like
why does it have to be
another
his dad?
thing?
Yeah.
But you know
All
what I
of
mean?
those members of this Spider Society or whatever, all of those people that are there, those creatures that are there, because there's like a spider werewolf and a horse and a T-Rex, and all those creatures that are
T-Rex was
there,
awesome.
right? They've already experienced the loss.
Yeah.
So they're all saying is that basically this is just like the natural order of things. So they can be convinced and be on board with Miguel because they've already been traumatized by having the loss.
Yeah.
So they're like, this is what happens for us to ascend to this position of whatever we're supposed to be in.
Technically, Miles is not supposed to be there anyway.
Well, and that's the
Nope.
universe that will fall apart if he
You
doesn't.
know,
So
he's
my
not supposed to be
counterpoint to
there.
that is all of these Spider-Man have experienced this loss and know how painful it is, and all of them are just like, yeah, Miles, you should have to go through it too. It works for some people. That did not work for me. All these Spider-Man being like, let your dad die. I was like,
I think
I don't mean to be too dramatic.
No,
but as
trust
someone
me.
who
No,
has
it's
lost
okay.
their father,
trust me. I'm
No
in the same.
shot.
I'm in the
no way.
I'm in the same boat, bro. Like
and I would never
that's
tell
where there's an
anybody
argument.
to
You know what
let
I mean?
their parents die. But with that said,
You gotta go into it like what would Pop say?
I
You know
know,
what I mean?
but that's
Like,
the thing. Since he's not supposed to know, you're like, you just. I don't think it's a natural thing if you're knowing that's going to happen.
Right, of
That
course,
I don't
of
even think
course
he
not.
could even
Sure.
yeah.
begin. But wasn't it already supposed to have happened? When the
was
spot,
it not supposed to be?
I think the spot was supposed to.
Well, it's the other
he's supposed
universe.
to
Because
fall.
because
Right.
in that universe there was a Spider-Man and he died saving Miles.
Right.
And then his
Right.
dad
And
got
then
it,
Miles
that
was bit by the
never-
spider
yeah.
that didn't belong to his universe.
Yeah, man.
So there is no Spider-Man in the Earth
42.
42.
Which is awesome, by the way. And
That was dope.
another little thing about it, to see Miles end up as the Prowler of that
Yes.
universe
Also
is
And that Miles lost his
so
father.
dope. You can see that
That's my theory for the beginning of the third
yeah,
movie.
absolutely. You can see that he lost his father, and he's
Became a villain.
well, he definitely became a villain,
think
but
he's
he
gonna help our
he
Miles
had
out.
his mom around more, so you know he didn't get a B or a D in Spanish. So when he even says Miles Morales,
He has an
he
accent.
has a little bit more of that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So like, I think it's incredibly dope how.
That happened to me when I had Puerto Rican girlfriends.
Oh my god, I'm
I had
sure.
a stronger accent.
Yeah. You're just like kind of just more. You know what I mean? Had a little bit more extra.
Better than those
on
white
it.
ladies.
You know what I mean?
But with that said,
Pico
I
de
think-
Gallo.
More fun too.
not the Pico de
More fun too,
Gallo?
kids.
Pico de Gallo.
In any verse, in any Spider-Verse.
But
Miles Morales.
I think that part of the story leads to compelling story. So even though I did not like it, I can accept it. Like the movie is good enough to where I'm like, okay, it's fine. I don't like this, but I can get over it because the movie is good enough. You know what I mean? And I think that's a mark of a good movie when something you don't like happens. You go, the rest of it's so good, I don't care.
And again, bro, soundtrack, yo,
Soundtrack
It's
is
great.
fire.
That's great.
Super fire.
so
Yeah.
good every single time.
Love it.
So yeah, I guess we're all pretty much on the same page except for Milkshake over there. I guess.
I mean, that's a thing.
No, but he liked the movie. He
That's
just-
how layered.
No, I get it.
That's how layered. That's how layered that story is. We can talk about
get
that story
it.
all day.
I guess. What do you guys?
guess.
We got the other boys in the studio. 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10 for Across the Spider-Verse.
Probably 3.
Damn.
Dang, he didn't like it.
Wow.
Oh God. Oh God.
Donovan.
Donovan.
Oh my God.
Well, all right, that's the danger of being here. I'm going to say what I think is going to happen at the beginning of the third movie. I think the third movie will start with the alternate universe's Miles story.
That'll be cool.
Proud.
Okay.
The start of the
Yeah.
Marcus, come here for a
Yeah,
second.
he's like, no, he didn't know. He didn't like
Come over
it.
here for a second.
He didn't like it. No, he didn't like it.
Real fast. He got to say why.
What-
he did.
what happened?
He got to say why he gave it a 3, bro.
You want
Why?
to see?
Why?
Even one sentence, why you didn't like it.
I'll give you one word: excessive.
Oh,
There were various times in that movie where I had to close my eyes because there was just so much being thrown at me, and I was
But
like,
a 3?
It's no. And then the story, I was kind of like, it started off as a Spider-Gwen movie. I thought we were there to see Miles Morales,
oh God.
and then so creatively, I didn't like that decision to have like the first 30 minutes be Spider-Gwen. I came to see Miles Morales, not Spider-Gwen. She can have her own movie.
But a 3, Marcus.
She might.
It's a
3.
She
Damn.
might. And
All
then,
right.
of course, it was just too damn long. Too damn long.
Pacing was
It
not
was-
the best. all the time,
yeah.
especially the first hour.
And all the sort of emotional kind of scenes that you're supposed to feel, between his parents and all that, they felt shoehorned in. The dialogue was very rigid in those films. It felt like they just wanted to do a nonstop kind of like Fast and Furious Spider-Man movie. But then, hold on. We got to put something that makes people care. So it felt like, honestly, I will tell you this. I will tell you this. It made me feel rich. I felt like I was a billionaire movie producer, watching like a CGI showcase of all these different studios pitching a Miles Morales movie to me. That's what it felt like.
Interesting.
Like, look what we can do. Look what we can do. Look what we can do. Oh, look at that. No.
All right.
No. Sorry.
Damn.
I do not agree, but
So
I
he loved
understand.
it.
That's a hard man.
He loved it,
10,
yeah.
10 out of 10.
Marcus is a hard brother.
It's all good. You know? And
He
that's why.
said, I'll give you one word, and then
I'll give you a
wrote his
sentence.
paper.
Well, he can't,
Nah, he-
Marcus ain't gonna give you a
I
one
think it's
sentence.
good to have those kind of
Understood.
You
opinions.
know what? That was worth it because he really explained to us why he thought he thinks it's a 3.
All right.
And we
Everybody
did,
has their
you know.
opinions.
All right. Well, I'm going to ask you guys now. Give me your top 3 Spider-Man movies, and you can include these Spider-Verses, of course. Your top 3 all-time Spider-Man
I
movies.
got mine.
What do you got
What
there,
you got? Go
Shakes?
ahead.
So, because I don't love the multiverse stuff, I like the Spider-Man. They're more grounded, the movies. So I did first one, Spider-Man 2. That's like the one that I always love. I can watch. Then Spider-Man, the first one with Tobey Maguire, Green Goblin. And then I really love this one. It's kind of like my guilty pleasure. I don't know. Everyone likes this. Spider-Man Homecoming. I like that one. It's kind of just like him being a kid, trying to find out who he is. He got in trouble by Tony Stark trying to figure out what type of Spider-Man he's going to be. And it's just, all those felt grounded, like, oh, like it's just like a normal kid. Like I could go be Spider-Man. So that's my top 3.
All right.
Heard that. I like that.
Um,
That's fair.
Hunk.
I
Hunk of shame.
like, all right, number 3 for me
All the Tom
is
Holland
the
ones.
First Tom Holland movie.
first Cross Spider-Verse, number 3. Number 2 is Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man 1. And then Spider-Man 2 is my number 1 as well.
Okay.
That Doc Ock scene with them on the subway
Oh, that's great.
It's great.
is top-notch Spider-Man action. Yeah.
I was
But
waiting for them to
no,
do that in this movie. for some reason.
No Tom Holland whatsoever will be
What
in
if-
my top 5,
love
6
Tom Holland.
Spider-Mans.
Not even in 5?
ever.
What about you? Not in your top 5. What about you?
I'm like, you gotta name some
There's
of
like
them.
9 movies.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, they have to be in some of them. So I would do 3. Would be No Way Home. That I loved it.
That was
awesome.
fun to watch.
That
Yeah.
was really fun to watch. Everything within, I mean, our
It
cameos.
wasn't
and all.
dissimilar from the one we just watched.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Number 2 is Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire. That's the OG. That's for me. I remember going to the theater as a kid, and I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Like, this is Spider-Man, dude. And then my numero uno would be the first. Did you open it?
so
That was
sorry.
the longest bottle opener ever. I'm trying to get to like my number 1 favorite.
And number 1.
That was like a drum roll.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. The first Into the Spider-Verse, not Across the Spider-Verse.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Visually, when I saw it, I was like, "This is insane." It did have an ending. You know what I mean? I knew that there was going to be another one. Blah 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 blah. But it was cool, and I like the story. And
It was
again,
neater than this one.
yeah, it was more well put together than this one. Which again, that first one, 10 out of 10 for me. That's like I just said, number 1 Spider-Man movie. Yeah, that's my list.
Number 3 for me is gonna be Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
Tobey Maguire.
Sick.
Number 2 for me is
a
gonna
good
make
one.
Shane mad. It's Spider-Man: Homecoming.
He was clapping, and now he's pissed.
I mean, I know Shane doesn't agree, but I think that's the purest example of Spider-Man in live action we've ever had. A nerdy kid who is Spider-Man, who just wants to have a girlfriend and gets thrust into this life, and I love that whole movie. And I'm gonna move on. Number 1 is Into the Spider-Verse. I think that's the best Spider-Man movie. I think it's got the right amount of heart, the right amount of love, the right amount of multiverse in it.
Yeah.
And it's fun to watch. I really wish if I could make one change about this new one, it would be that the Spot had more to do. He was the coolest villain in any Spider-Man movie to me.
Yeah, it was cool.
His own butt.
He kicked his own butt.
And then he becomes a
Like a
dimensional
being. I was
He's
like,
a
what is
lunatic.
going on, dude?
Yeah, I
He
think
got
that was really
bageled.
fun to watch.
That was great. Like the bagel.
But yeah, Into the Spider-Verse is my favorite.
Sick.
I like most of the Spider-Man movies, though.
Yeah, me too.
Other
Yeah.
than the Andrew Garfield ones, I really love them all.
What you got, man?
If you were to separate all of the Spider-Man movies, and like you talk about like highest grossing films, like pre-MCU, those Tobey Maguire movies are like huge films.
Huge
Like,
films,
by
bro.
comparison.
They're
People
huge.
love Spider-Man.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
The third one for me, I'd go 3-1. Number 3 for me is probably Across the Spider-Verse because I like it that much.
Okay.
Because of all the stuff that's in it.
Yeah.
And I just really loved it.
Yeah.
Number 2 is probably Spider-Man 2 because again, Doc Ock and Toby. Toby's my Spider-Man. I mean, there's no.
Same.
I agree.
And my favorite
cool.
Spider-Man movie is probably Into the Spider-Verse.
Nice.
It's I love Miles.
So good.
It's a great it is the soundtrack, but it has all of the story and all the heart, and it's like we're not finding out all of this other stuff yet. It's just telling you this story, and oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so good for that first movie. It was a pleasant surprise when you see it. I think I went back and saw it the same day. I've only seen two movies. I've only seen 2 movies ever. Like I went back and watched them right away.
Yeah.
Into the Spider-Verse and Fury Road. It was only 2 movies. I went back and saw it like right after I watched it. I went back and saw it again.
That movie's dope.
But yeah, for me, I mean,
Did we see Fury Road together?
I think maybe the 3rd or 4th time I saw it with you. But I saw it a few times at the theater.
Same.
Yeah,
The only reason
greatest
Spider-Man
movies of all
1
time.
it's great.
Yeah.
isn't higher for me, because in the past, I think Spider-Man 1 would have been ahead of Spider-Man 2 for me. But I've watched that movie very recently, and it has not aged the best.
That's
fair. That's
It
fair.
has not aged the best. It's still a good movie, but it just has not aged the best.
I don't know. It's very comic booky though.
Shane, and some Spider-Man news. I mean, I know that this is going to affect you deeply.
Yes.
Mr. Tom Holland has said that he is taking a year off from acting.
Oh, thank God.
He doesn't plan to do any
Apparently,
acting
his new TV show is
for a
I
year.
heard the same thing.
Really?
But here's my question to you guys. If he's taking a year off from acting, they are going back to start shooting at Daredevil in probably 3 or 4 months. So he's not doing Daredevil. I told you they were going to give him the Plus for free. I told you they weren't going to do that.
I'm sure he has.
Sony's gonna make their money. They're not gonna give him. They're not gonna give him to Plus
I'm
for
sure
free.
there's scenes recorded, bro. Like since
I hope
everything
so.
That's been, I'm sure there's.
Sonny, they're releasing Echo all in one shot. They're like, we don't even have confidence in this. Just like, take it.
Which it sucks.
Are you gonna watch Echo?
I am going to.
It's Thanksgiving weekend, man. We'll be on we'll be tripping on turkey.
Yeah, dude.
And 2 days on, 2 days turkey on.
Yes, dude.
Fan.
I think I'm gonna watch it after I hear someone say it's good or bad. Yeah.
That's good or bad.
If we say it's bad, you're gonna watch it?
Yeah, like if you start it first and you're like, it's terrible, I'm like, maybe I won't. But like if you're like, first episode's pretty cool.
Yeah. So we're a week away from watching.
I don't want to be the test dummy for it.
You're gonna wait
because-
for
No.
Frank to
No, no,
watch
no,
it?
You're gonna wait for say, Sonny's
This
pretty
is my
good.
thing, though. This is
And he's
my
gonna
thing,
watch
though.
2 episodes and go, you're stupid.
No, because if I start
That's what's
something,
gonna happen. Yeah.
Right.
if I start like a show, dude, I started Riverdale. Okay, I thought it was like cool or something, and it's not. But the character drama is fantastic when you
I
need
thought you
trash
were gonna
TV.
say something else.
No, yeah,
What are you talking
Have they
about?
done the Archie fights the Predator storyline yet?
no.
It's coming. No, it's not.
Wait, no, I
What
don't
is
think
another
so.
show like that?
Archie fights the Predator in the comic.
Oh no! I'm talking about the
Have
TV
you
show.
watched any shows?
Yeah, I'm talking about
Oh.
Archie.
I saw the
Riverdale?
first season of Riverdale. I mean,
Archie.
Oh,
I've
did
seen
you?
the TV
Yeah.
show.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
I was making a joke.
okay. I was hoping.
But you know, Riverdale is based off the Archie.
yeah, of
comics,
course.
right?
That's why I started it because I was like,
okay,
oh, maybe there's gonna be like fun.
Jughead.
So the point is, no, I don't want to
Veronica.
start it and be the test dummy because I'm gonna have to like finish the whole thing and I don't want it to suck.
It's always a good joke when you have
so
to tell somebody.
Riverdale,
Yeah,
yes. Echo, no.
Riverdale.
Echo, no
Austin,
dice.
Austin, you ever watch Riverdale?
No, I don't plan to.
Austin, did you hear
watched
about
Riverdale,
this?
actually.
Secret Invasion is going to be premiering exclusively on the Plus.
Yes.
Less than 2 weeks. They put a code out, I guess,
watched it.
on
I
on
watched it.
Marvel
I have
or
the code. I
the
have the code if
studios.
anybody wants
They,
it.
yeah.
they put a code out for you to watch the first
Yeah,
4 or
I
5
watched it.
minutes of the first episode. Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Is it cool?
Did it look cool?
Yeah, it looks cool. It's Everett Ross, the guy. If you watch Sherlock Holmes, he plays Watson. I forget.
Morgan
Yeah.
or
He was in
Martin Freeman.
Martin Freeman. There you go.
Made us.
But yeah, he was just him. It looked good. It looked
I'm
me.
Watson.
It reminded me kind of a Winter Soldier vibe.
Sherlock, what are you doing?
So there's a lot of tension into the scene. So I was
He's
kind of
also
excited
Bilbo
about it.
Baggins.
Yeah,
I'm really excited.
Yeah,
for
he's
that.
also Bilbo.
he's Bilbo Baggins
He's who?
and the Hobbit.
Bilbo.
Why'd you say it like that?
Bilbo.
This next week does it come out or 2 weeks?
2
June
weeks.
21st.
21st.
I'm excited for that.
It
actually.
looks good though. The first 5 minutes look cool. So
All
Tepidly.
right.
The Flash next week.
hey,
excited.
40 of our closest friends will be watching that over there at the world's greatest popcorn movie theater, Art House. Shane is excited.
Yo, their chicken
Yes.
sandwich. The chicken sandwich there is next level.
I'm excited for me and Milkshake are gonna go to LA ahead
Oh,
of
you gotta
time
throw that out
on
there.
Monday.
You suck.
Brag alert.
Into the West Comics exclusive.
Yes.
Me and Milkshake are going out to LA to watch the
You-
premiere for the movie The Flash. We're gonna see that.
Is
We're
there an
gonna,
embargo on it?
yeah.
yeah, but we'll just post pictures on the webs of just us just goofing off.
Just
I'm
go
gonna
have
show-
lunch, take pictures of that, what you ate.
The fans are gonna love it.
Some behind the scenes stuff here.
You guys
Record
better
a
wear
video
Instant
of your
Web shirts.
instant reactions, and as soon as we're allowed to post them, I'm gonna post them.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
We can do that.
One of my
Sonny
buddies
and I will
gonna
be sitting
there,
here like this.
He'll record us.
Yeah,
Because we can't go.
Milkshake's buddy's gonna be there, and we're going down there, and I'm gonna get drunk. I don't know about those two, but I'm gonna get drunk.
Ed will
gonna
drink,
post
won't he?
No.
Okay.
What? I'm the only one that's gonna be drinking.
You're gonna have to
That's
hold.
what it's-
You're gonna have to hold
that's
him
what
up.
it's gonna
Oh
sound like
man,
the
it
entire
sounds
time.
like you should bring me instead.
Oh.
That ain't happening. Paul, you need to keep at it, bro.
It's gonna be fun though.
I am jealous.
Yeah,
It's
it's
gonna be Flash Thunder. Come on, baby. We're gonna have a great time.
Down.
I'm excited for you guys.
And Into the West exclusive.
Exclusive. Paul, what do you got for the people?
We got a new video up yesterday, The Vigil, new comic book day and World's Finest. Go check that out. Let us know what you think. Maybe start reading some of the comics we're talking about. And then right at the conclusion of the show tonight, there will be Attack of the Clones retrospective. Tomorrow, we will have a video out talking about Philip Kennedy Johnson's Action Comics. And the following day,
So good.
Revenge of the Sith, run it back as well. So keep your eyes peeled for those videos. We got videos coming all week.
Videos
And,
on videos on videos.
Like,
on
comment,
videos.
subscribe. Check us out on TikTok, Instagram, just the same name as we are here, Into the West Comics,
Sam.
and Into_Comics on Twitter.
Boom.
Sometimes we interact with some creators and stuff on there. And also, Fire Guy Ryan was in the chat earlier. I don't know if he's still here. Go follow him and Comic Tom. They were on the show a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
they're super cool.
dudes.
New comic coming out 2 months from now.
Yeah,
July
that's the
5th.
July 5th.
Crash down, baby.
That's crazy.
Nice.
I promised
Feet
you
Finder.
my yes on Feet Finder. I promised you my review. You can't order Crash Down on Feet Finder, but Variant contacted me. He saw the new Transformers.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Beast Blaster.
Uh-huh.
Or what?
Rise of the Beast.
Rise of
Rise of the Beast.
Rise of the Beast. Okay.
Whitney Houston.
Close enough.
He saw it.
Rise of Skywalker.
He said
I don't know why I said Rise
it's
of Whitney.
very similar
Rise Awaken.
to a poorly written DC film.
Okay.
So a regular DC. film.
Yeah, I was like, so just every DC film we've seen.
He gives it a 3 out of
Shout out
10.
Zack Snyder.
Oh. I'm not saying Variant.
go
isn't-
see
I'm gonna watch
I'll still
it.
go
You
see
want
it.
to go? Yeah,
You're still gonna go see it?
I'll go see it.
Yeah, I want to go see it.
I'd
I'm not
watch
saying
it.
that Variant isn't hard on films, but you
I
know,
never know
I trust
what
his
he-
opinion.
Most people, like, if I see a movie, I go,
I
know
can't
what
read
Shane will
him.
probably think about. I know what Shane will probably
Yeah.
think, so on and so forth. With Marcus, like, I wasn't shocked when Marcus said he didn't like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I can never tell with Jonathan.
It's so. I'm like,
I've known him pretty much his whole life.
Almost.
And
Almost.
I can never tell what he
there was a month
thinks.
or two there. He forgot about him.
that one was so good. That was good. I like
That was a good one.
Austin, you got anything for the peeps?
Yeah, so me and Shane will be driving Monday morning to Irvine.
Twist the knife. Twist the knife a little bit. Go ahead.
So we're gonna watch the Flash fan screening. Yeah, it'll be fun. We'll post
All right.
stuff on social.
Make sure
Cool.
Shane wears his helmet.
And into the West,
Helmet.
exclusive. Coming at you.
It's almost taco time. Sonny, you got anything?
Follow us on Spotify. Follow us on all the autos. You know what I'm
Autos?
saying? So you can listen to us go crazy. It's more fun if you just hang and watch. But yeah, listen to us. Love you guys. I'm extremely jealous about this
I know.
Flash thing. So we'll be seeing it a couple days later.
I'm nervous to have you in the studio next week.
I'm not
No,
gonna say.
we're not gonna say
No,
anything.
they won't ruin it. I don't think
Why
they'll
don't we
ruin
just not
anything.
have him on the live show?
As far as
Yeah,
you,
just like yeah.
as far as you guys know, we won't say anything about the movie.
Wink, nudge.
Into the West
Real fast, I got something for the people. June 16th, new Queens of the Stone Age album in Times New Roman drops June 16th. Everybody listen to the new single "Emotion Sickness"
Yeah, check
by
that
Queens
out.
of the Stone Age.
That was good stuff. I checked it out.
Did you?
Yeah, it was good.
Fair enough.
Pure rock and roll.
I love Kwanzaa. All right, guys.
love Kwanzaa?
I love Kwanzaa too, and Kwan.
Queens
What does that have to do with anything?
Queens of the Stone Age, Kwanzaa. Yeah.
Oh,
Guys, have a great night. It's taco time in America. Go Knights, go.
Yes.
We will talk to you guys soon.
Love you.
Have a great evening. Be on the lookout for new videos all coming out the next few days.
love you.
We appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Peace.
wedding.
Later. Into the West.
Love you, Eva. Good night.
Exclusive, baby.
That's gonna be my new thing for sure. I hate it so much. Bye.